discontinue from our heritage that God gave us. So why did we discontinue? How did we discontinue? Do y'all know? It's because of sin. You know what today is? Today is the Lord's Sabbath day.
That's right.
So that's one of the commandments that we stopped keeping. Thus, God put us in slavery. You see what I'm saying? So our history is not just a miraculous thing that just happened out of nowhere. No, it was designed to happen like this because it was something that we wasn't doing. Read that.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 26 and verse 14. But if ye will not hearken unto me, and will not do all these commandments, and if ye shall despise my statutes, or if your soul abhor my judgments, so that ye will not do all my commandments.
So abhor means to hate. We hated to do God's commandments. A prime example is because today every store is open, but it's the Lord's Sabbath day.
Bring it up.
We're not supposed to be buying and selling on the Lord's Sabbath day.
Right.
So that's one of the things that we did where we abhorred God's commandments. You see what I'm saying? Another thing we did was we hated each other. The men hated the women hated the men. Why? Because we got single parent households. Let me ask you a question. What's your name again, sis? Great. Are you married? Are you with your kids? I heard you refer to your kids. So he didn't marry you.
His fathers.
The kids' fathers. That should be your husband, sis.
That's right.
Would that make him honest?
No. You got to do what the Bible says. Give me Hebrews 13 and 4. Because this is one of the things that our people did to where we showed that we hated God's commandments. His commandments, he laid down with you. Give me Exodus first. He laid down with you, right? Made, how many kids y'all got? Made 2 babies. Is that all the kids you got? Is that all the kids you got? Okay, so all praises. So y'all have some increments of lawful things in there, but you got to go all the way. You got to show the Lord that you're ready to serve him.
That's right.
And then he's going to reverse these curses that he put on us. Because we showed him hatred. So now God said, you know what? Since you hate my commandments, I'm going to show you hatred. I'm going to let these other nations reign over you and put you in captivity. Put you in the worst condition in the city. God allowed this to happen because we didn't want to serve him. Exodus 16. So he said, because we didn't want to keep his commandments, and one of his commandments is that you were supposed to be married before y'all laid down, sis. So y'all already did all of the deeds, but y'all didn't solidify it with marriage. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of the things we didn't know because this society throughout slavery told us it was okay to do these things. Read.
And if this is the book of Exodus, chapter 22 and verse 16. And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her,
Because you wasn't married, right? And he lied with you. Read.
he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
That's right.
From the beginning, he was supposed to marry you first. But since he didn't, now it is his job to go down to the courthouse, get the paperwork, and make you his wife. Right.
That's right.
He don't got to put a ring on it. That's not in the Bible. But he does have to get the paperwork to make you his wife. Because that's how we change our community. There's too many single parent households. I grew up with just my mom. Because see, when he don't marry you, there's always a chance that he could be like, you know what? I just, run off. Exactly, and that's what we're trying to avoid, sis.
Bring it up.
We're trying to make honest women out of our sisters. Read.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4.
Bring it up.
Marriage is honorable in all.
No, boyfriend and girlfriend.
Marriage is honorable in all.
That's
Baby
right.
daddy, baby mama.
Marriage is honorable in all.
So the fact that y'all together, that's fine. But to be honorable, he needs to marry you, sis. All right? You got a flyer, right?
Yeah, I got it.
Check it out, sis, because we got a lot of things that we must do as a nation. We got to start cleaning up our neighborhoods. And it starts with the man and the woman being married. That's where it starts.
Bring it up.
Brother, and,
Thank you.
all right, sis, we want to hear from you, sis.
I will.
We got contact information on that. Brother Anthony, are you married? Are you dealing with a sister? Okay. Now, you have to marry that sister, bro. You got to make a decision. Do I want to just keep laying down with her, or do I want to marry her?
Bring it up.
You know what I'm saying? Because God is all about marriage. Give me Sirach 25 and 1. Because that's beautiful to the Most High. It's not okay for to have baby mamas, baby daddies, boyfriend. You will never read in the Bible that any of our forefathers had a girlfriend. You won't read that, bro. Read this.
This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 25 and verse 1. In three things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before God and men.
So don't worry about what this society thinks is beautiful. You gotta, Anthony, you gotta know what God thinks is beautiful. Now let's see what he says is beautiful.
The unity of brethren, the love of neighbors.
That's what you see. He's showing you love, Anthony. Because it's love to show our people God's commandments.
That's right.
We didn't come out here on Rice and Front Street just to be hollering and screaming at our people. We come in to show them love according to God's commandments. Read.
A man and a wife that agrees together.
A man and a wife that agree together in marriage.
Bring it up.
Because do you lay down with this sister, right? You're supposed to make her your wife, bro.
That's right.
Ain't no boyfriend and girlfriend. Because what happened is the land fell to whoredom. Give me that in Deuteronomy. The land fell to whoredom. You got brothers laying out with sisters, sisters laying out with brothers. That's where we get all these STDs, all of this AIDS, all of these different things, because our people don't see the purpose of marrying our brothers and our sisters.
Teach.
What is it? Deuteronomy, what is it, 23?
23:17.
23:17. So we was not supposed to just be laying down with each other. You see what I'm saying? This is the reason why we went into captivity. Because God said, look, marriage is honorable. God said, thou shalt not commit adultery. And this is what our people do. We go contrary to what God said. We show him that we hate his law. But we got to change. That's what we come out here for, bro. We didn't come out here to make you look bad. We came out here to show you a better way. Because that is what's going to build our communities up.
Right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
That's right.
God said no more. Remember, we read in Hebrews. What did we read in Hebrews about marriage? Marriage is what? Go back to it, bro. Because God requires certain things from us, and we can't continue to live in our sin, in our lust, sleeping from this one. Like we was just talking to the sister. Yeah, she with her baby dad, but what he can do, at any moment he can leave her. At any moment he can bounce. And now she's stuck with 2 kids. And what's that going to build? Resentment and hatred. We trying to debunk all that. We trying to remove that from our communities. Generation after generation. Women sleeping with men, not getting married. My mom wasn't married. Right. My grandma was with her husband, with her man for 32 years, and he never went down to the courthouse to make her his wife. Right. Then when he died, she was left nothing because he didn't make her his wife. That's the problem in our community, bro. Read.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers and adulterers God will judge.
So go back to Deuteronomy. God said whoremongers and adulterers God will judge. Laying down with a sister, not marrying her, that's whoremonger. You see what I'm saying? Sleeping with another man's wife, that's adultery. If a sister say, I'm single, but she's sleeping with multiple men, that is adultery.
That's right.
That goes against the laws of marriage. So Anthony, you gotta take these steps, knowing that you're not an African American. You from the tribe of Judah, bro.
Right.
You the greatest people that ever walked this earth.
That's right.
You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are God's chosen people.
That's right.
And he requires things from you. Read.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 23 and verse 17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor sodomite of the sons of Israel.
So you know what a sodomite is? It's a man that sleeps with another man. That's right. He's comparing whoredom to that. So you might say, okay, it's disgusting to be a homosexual, right? But God said it's just as disgusting for you to be laying down with sisters and that ain't your wife.
Break it out.
You see what I'm saying? So no sin is greater than another. We got to keep all God's commandments.
That's right.
Let me give you another commandment. Give me Leviticus 19. Okay, give me Deuteronomy 10 and 12. You got a fire, right, bro? So now that you know you an Israelite, bro, there's things that the Lord requires of you, bro. He wants you to live a certain way. All right? Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10 and verse 12. And now, Israel, what do the Lord thy God require of thee?
Now, Anthony, now that you know you Israel, what does God require of you? Read.
But to fear the Lord thy God, to walk in all his ways, and to love him, and to serve the Lord thy God with all thy heart and with all thy soul.
So like we said before, love is keeping God's commandments. That's what we're doing right here, to show our people to keep God's commandments. That's the love. Read.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
That's right.
To keep the commandments of the Lord.
Break it out.
Anthony, you gotta keep God's commandments.
Right.
That's what you gotta do now. That flyer you got, don't let it just sit on your table.
Right.
Don't keep it in your pocket. Open it up. Read what it says. Learn this history for yourself so you can learn what God requires of you. All right? Because you're not an African American. You're not a Negro.
Right.
You God's chosen people.
That's
All
right.
right, bro? All right? Get that number up. Get with these brothers right here. All right? All right, bro? You have a good day, bro. God bless you. All right, all praise.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold. From Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.